Happy day. In today's session, we will be covering classification of retail formats. Under classification of retail formats, we will be looking into store-based retailing, non-store-based retailing, and service retailing. So as I told you, under classification of retail formats, we will be looking into three different types. One is store-based retailing, non-store-based retailing, and service retailing. Now, store-based retailing is further divided into two on the basis of ownership and on the basis of merchandise offered. And non-store-based retailing is divided into four types. One is direct selling, then you have television shopping, you have automated vending machine, and e-tailing. Let us look into store-based retailing first. Store-based retailing is when customers purchase products after practically seeing in the stores. Tangibility plays a major role here. So when I say tangibility plays a major role, customers would like to touch, feel, and understand before procuring their products. Now let us look into store-based retailing. So as I told you before, store-based retailing is further divided into two on the basis of ownership and on the basis of merchandise offered. So on the basis of ownership, under that we have three different types: independent retailer, we have chain retailer, and franchise stores. And under basis of merchandise offered, we have convenience stores, we have supermarkets, hypermarkets, we have specialty stores, departmental stores, and we have factory outlets. So let us first look into store-based retailing. Under forms of ownership, we have independent retailer. So what do you mean by independent retailer? An independent retailer, possesses and administers only one retail outlet. So an independent retailer, he possesses only one retail outlet. Retailers in this category, they have healthy relationships with the customers. So they maintain healthy relationship with their customers and have restricted bargaining power with the supplier. What are some of the advantages of independent retailer? One is easy market penetration, and you have good customer relationship, as I told you, and individually determine the product mix and retail strategy. For example, you can give the example of mom and pop-up stores, right? The next up is chain retailers. So what do you mean by chain retailers? Chain retailers are people who own and manage two or more outlets where they retail the same products or brands and typically have standardized business processes and practices. So they have influential bargaining power with suppliers. Some of the examples of chain retailers are Walmart, you have the Body Shop, you also have Bed Bath and Beyond, Pantaloons, and so on. The next up is franchise stores. So you will be very familiar with franchise stores, right? So when one party grants permission to another party to use the trademark or trade name to produce and market a commodity or service is called franchising. So in this arrangement, if you see, the party that grants permission is called the franchisor, and the other is called franchisee. So the franchisee, normally he pays an amount which is called as a royalty, and the franchisor here is the owner of the brand, and the franchisee is the one who pays royalty to the franchisor. Some of the examples of franchise stores is very familiar to you. We have McD, McDonald's, we have KFC, we have Pizza Hut. You can give examples of Subway, Dunkin' Donuts, you have Baskin Robbins, and so on. So what did we see now? We looked into store-based retailing. Under that, we looked into forms of ownership. And under that, we had three different types. One is independent retailer, we had chain retailers, and franchise stores. Moving on the basis of merchandise offered. So first we have convenience stores. So what do you mean by convenience stores here? By the term itself, you should understand what is convenience store, which is made very convenient to you to purchase your product, right? So these are small stores which are generally found near to your house, right? So you can give examples like you have Kirana stores, you can just hop out and you can go and get your products, day-to-day products that you use, right? So a convenience store, you can call it as a convenience shop or a corner shop, right? Is a small retail business that stocks and range of everyday items such as like coffee, tea, okay, then snacks, confectionaries, soft drinks, newspapers, magazines and so on. So one such definition for convenience store is, according to the Food Marketing Association, they define convenience store as small local store selling mainly groceries, and they are open until late night or even 24 hours per day. So the size of a convenience store ranges from 500 to 1500 square feet and targets at customers require and make quick purchase. So for example, here I have given 7-Eleven and also Kirana stores. Next up is supermarkets. So again, you're very familiar with supermarkets, right? So supermarkets here are huge, low cost, low margin and large volume stores. So 70% of the goods that are stocked in the supermarket are food items. So if you'd have walked into a supermarket, if you'd have observed, you will know that 70% of the stocks which are there is only food items. So their store again ranges from 800 to 5000 square feet. So some of the examples for supermarket is More, Reliance Fresh, you have Nilgiris, okay, you have Food World, now it is Spencer's Daily and so on. Next up is your department store. So a department store is a retail establishment offering a wide range of consumer goods, okay, in different areas of the store, each area or each department specializing in a particular product category. So the product mix here is mostly non-edible items such as apparels, accessories, footwear, books and so on. They have high service level. The size of a department store again ranges here from 5,000 to 40,000 square feet. Some of the examples of department store here, you can give example of Lifestyle, you can give an example of Westside, Max, right, Reliance Trends, Pantaloons and so on. So all these are department stores. Next up is hypermarkets, right. Now what is hypermarket? Hypermarket is nothing but it is a combination of a supermarket as well as a department store. So as I have mentioned, a combination of supermarket and a departmental store is called as the hypermarket. Okay, so the size of the store may range again from 40,000 square feet to 1 lakh square feet. Right? So they provide different types of food items and non-food related products. Some of the examples here of hypermarkets are, you can give example of Big Bazaar, Star Bazaar, Walmart, even our Sarvana stores is an example of hypermarket. Products here are normally at discounted prices and can also be termed as one-stop shopping. Next up is specialty stores. So specialty stores is nothing but these are different types of stores which concentrate on one particular product, okay. So specialty stores provide a restricted product line but have good depth in the product line. So when I say good depth in the product line, we can give example of furniture stores, okay. So when you go into a furniture store, you only have furnitures there. So if you take an example of a florist, only flowers. Right? Now if you go to a sporting goods shop, you only have sporting goods there. Right? So these are some of the examples, and even if you go to a bookstore, you only have books there. So they have an in-depth product line. In factory outlets, the products are invariably sold at a rate lesser than retail prices. Off-price retailers generally obtain manufacturers' seconds, overruns and off seasons at deep discounts. So mostly if you see the manufacturers themselves, they have these factory outlets. So such outlets are normally seen by the parent company to improve their business. For examples, Nike has its own factory outlets, Levi's has its own factory outlet. Louis Philippe has its own factory outlet. Okay. So what did we look into so long? We looked into store-based retailing. Under that, we looked into on the basis of forms of ownership and on the basis of merchandise offered. So under this, we looked under basis of merchandise offered, we looked into convenience stores, supermarket, hypermarket, specialty stores, departmental stores and factory outlets. Under non-store based retailing, we have 4 different types: direct selling, television shopping, we have automated vending machine and e-tailing. The first one is direct selling. Now what do you mean by direct selling? By the term itself we should understand what is direct selling, where the retailers directly go to the customer and sell their products. So in direct selling, retailers make personal contact with their customers, either it can be at their home or in their workplace. Commodities that are sold here in direct selling are cosmetics, accessories, food, nutritional products and educational materials. So the salespeople or the consultants here, they require training for such type of selling. So examples of direct selling can be Amway, Tupperware, you also have Oriflame, right? So all these are some of the examples of direct selling. Next up is television shopping. So specifications here of the product are given through television. In this medium, if you see, you have health related products, you will see kitchen appliances, artificial jewelry are seen in these television shopping. So after purchase is made, then the products are being delivered directly to the doorstep. Some of the examples of television shopping are Home Shopping Network, you have this HSN channel, you also have QVC and also we have Shop HQ. Next is the automated vending kiosks. So they offer convenience to the customers due to its accessibility. So this popular form of retailing is used to sell items like chocolates, tea, coffee, right, and so on. Some of the examples of vending machine, you can say automated vending machine is ATM, vending machines that sell soft drinks, tea, coffee, and also there is gold ATMs which is found in Dubai. Next up is e-tailing. So e-tailing, you are very familiar with e-tailing today, right? So e-tailing is when products are offered to the customers online with the use of internet. The model proves to be successful depending on the range of the product offered and the retailer's ability to deliver them on time. Several retailers follow this model simultaneously with brick and mortar strategy. So with the pandemic today, if you see, most of the brick and mortar stores have gone online. Some of the examples of e-tailing is Amazon, Snapdeal, Flipkart, you have Nykaa, Myntra and so on. So what are the 4 different types that we looked into under non-store based retailing? We had direct selling, television shopping, automated vending machine and e-tailing. The last one is service retailing. So services are intangible. So when I say intangible, you cannot touch, feel, right, or smell the service. So services are intangible and do not have a physical existence. So hence, services cannot be touched, they cannot be held, they cannot be tasted or smelt. So service retailer refers to a retailer whose product line is actually a service, which includes hotels, it includes motels, banks, airlines, colleges, hospitals, movie theaters, repair services, hair salons and dry cleaners. For example, you can give example of retail, banking, insurance, car rental services, electricity services, gas services and also after sale services. So in this session, we discussed about classification of retail formats, right? So under classification of retail formats, there are 3 different types: store-based retailing, non-store based retailing and service retailing, right? So under store-based retailing, we looked into, there are 2 different types. One is based on ownership and based on merchandise offered. And under non-store based retailing, we had 4 different types: direct selling, we had television shopping, automated vending machines and e-tailing, and the final one was service retailing. Thank you. Have a good day.